There we go. That was perfectly on cue. That was right on cue, C-Dub. Good morning, Falcon fans, Atlanta Falcon fans, across all streams, all platforms, all walks of life, all continents, wherever you are as a Falcon fan, we welcome you this morning. Welcome to the For My ATL Sports One Atlanta Falcons morning show with my co-host, compadres, comrades, and homies, Mr. C-Double, nothing but trouble, Mr. Ronnie Thomas, and Mr. Ladarius Brown with his band of renown. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. We've got a lot to discuss on this morning's show, but before we do, you know how we do it on For My ATL Sports One. We're going to throw the music on. C-Dub and I are going to boogie, and Ladarius and Ron are going to be wallflowers. We'll see you guys in 1 minute. Thanks, everybody. And we are back on the For My ATL Sports One Falcons morning show. Good morning, everyone. As predicted, myself and C-Dub got our boogie on, and Ladarius and Ron were concentrating on their notes for the show. Gentlemen, it is January 13th, 2025 AD. How is everybody doing this morning? Ronnie Thomas, how you doing, man? Weekend.
I'm doing good, man.
That's what's up. Okay. Ladarius Brown, how you doing, brother?
Good morning, C-Dub, Ron.
C-Dub, how you doing, man?
Brother, we're doing good, man. Just here. We got everything rolling. We're going to start and have a strong week. So let's get it going.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you guys get a chance to get out into the snow this week. Well, wait a minute. So Ladarius is not in Georgia, so he probably didn't get a chance to get into the snow.
Well, great start to the show as always. There.
Hey, man. Hey, look, I didn't want to ask you if you had snow when you didn't have snow, man.
Well, you already started the question, so clearly you already knew before you asked said question. So clearly,
the audience didn't know, Ladarius.
The audience knows I'm from Florida. I put where I'm from. Yes, you just trying to be that guy.
I'm not trying to be that guy. I would never try to be that guy. Never, ever.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, not now, but
it's okay. C-Dub, you get a chance to get into the snow?
I was in the snow, but and it was fine. The dogs did not like it, or one dog liked it. The other one was wanting to roll up in the covers afterwards because he was like, too cold. We had the fire pit going, or the fireplace going, so to stay warm, and it was a good day. I mean, everything was closed. It was crazy. So it's like, when the snow hits like that, Georgia's going to close down. It's always been that way. So it was pretty something to be home and kind of enjoy the camaraderie a little bit with fam and everything.
All right, Ronnie Thomas, you get a chance to get into the snow, sir?
Hell to the no. To the no.
Ron was like, "No, I'm not going to play in the snow."
I like, no.
I did not expect that. All right. So, Ladarius, what was the weather where you were this weekend? Was it like 60, like what was the weather down in Florida where you were?
Starting with the condescending already. Now it was
I'm not condescending.
was it like 60 or was it like 50 or that's how you sound.
It's Florida. I mean, gosh.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Thank you for
my
telling me
goodness.
where I live. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Damn it, I almost
All right.
coughed into my
Thank you
nose.
so much, T. Will. Thank you for showing me where I've lived my whole. Thank you so much. Very appreciative. Thank you. Thank you.
So what was the temp?
You're not getting no answer from me. No.
Oh, really? Like I can't just look it up on Google.
You know where I live, so
Oh, my
clearly you should know.
Oh,
how
God.
the weather is.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Why do I even bother? Like, why do I
Yeah,
even bother?
I ask myself that every time I log in.
Oh,
Why do
my
I bother?
goodness gracious.
I look forward to seeing
Goodness
C-Dub. I look forward to seeing Ron, and then Timberland in a neon hoodie and a gray. Yeah, it's a change up. So you look okay. You look okay. It's a change up.
You know what? I'm going to take that as the compliment it was meant to be. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Really do.
Well, you really rushed that, but okay, you're welcome.
I didn't rush anything.
Okay, thank you very much. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go. Let's continue with the show then. Yeah.
Let's do it. Around the league, guys. Look it. Tampa Bay lost to Washington. And the first thing that came to my mind was the doink giveth and the doink taketh away. So kicker kicks the field goal, doinks it, and it bounces in, and Tampa Bay is going home. And I, for one, am excited about it. Ladarius, let's start with you. The fact that Tampa Bay is making an early exit, does that make the sting of not making the playoffs better for you?
Honestly, not really. The thing is, we controlled our destiny. We didn't get the job, so it doesn't really affect me the same way. Seeing Tampa Bay lose, sure, it was a great game. Like if you take away like the animosity a bit, you could appreciate the game for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good game, and it essentially came down to which offense had the ball last, which was Washington. And Washington, and to me, the impact of that game, the key play was Jaden Daniels in that run on third to keep the clock going and essentially run it down to put Zane Gonzalez in the position in this team to win the football game. So it doesn't necessarily take the sting out. Seeing Tampa lose, it put a smile on my face, but it's still a could have, would have, could have, should have, would have situation still for Atlanta. So, but it was a great game nonetheless.
Fair enough. C-Dub. Tampa making that early exit to the local Applebee's next week when they can watch the division playoffs.
Are you getting paid by Applebee's? Because you mentioned them a lot.
I like Applebee's.
I mean, I was intrigued by that combo. So if Terry can hook us up with that combo meal.
Yeah, because we're not getting no breakfast from this guy. At least gets at least a deal to get it.
Oh man, I mean, it's like $10. It's no big deal.
Yeah, for me, I'm not worth 5 to him. So 10 to you guys is great. 5 to me is a miracle. So I've been looking to get an appetizer.
You guys are receiving nothing.
Come on, man.
So
listen. Right. I won the Jimmy Lake case. I have a lot of clout.
You did win the Jimmy Lake case.
So I mean, breakfast is next. Not looking good for you, pal.
We'll get into Jimmy Lake. C-Dub, how was it for you, man? Does it take the sting away? The fact that Tampa is doing the.
If you really want to say it actually made me more mad because we played both teams. We swept the Bucks, and we should have beaten the, Commanders, and almost called them the Redskins. But but anyway, but it's like, honestly, I just look at it as, in that game, that was the playoff game we all wanted because every game was kind of like a blowout or something was going on that just you saw what separated that team to the team that was hosting. Not this one. It was tight the whole time. And if you made a mistake, you were going to pay for it. And I will say this. I really do. I loved how that game flowed.
Okay.
And Jalen Daniels, make the clutch plays, and not just that, Washington took advantage of the mistakes that Tampa Bay made, and that tells you in playoffs you can't make mistakes. You can't be loosey goosey with the ball. So I think if you're asking me how I felt about my Falcons or payback because no, it's not that. It's just more, if anything, it just made me aggravated when I thought about my Falcons because I went, we competed with these guys, we took them to the limit, and we swept our division, or we swept Tampa Bay, and we could have easily beaten Washington if our coach called some timeouts. But the way I think that game, I'm just glad we finally got a game that was actually worth watching from beginning to end. Because let's be honest, all these games before, they were snooze fest at one point.
Well, I hear that. Guys, if you're posting comments, we cannot see them. So please do not be offended if you posted a comment and it was not acknowledged. I think StreamYard is having some sort of issue this morning because we cannot see any comments. So again, if you are posting comments, we do apologize. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We did kind of hang even with them. Well, we beat Tampa twice and we took Washington, obviously, to OT. So I can understand that. I can understand that. We didn't make it. I get it. I'm okay with it. I did take solace in the fact that, Tampa will be watching the playoffs from Chili's. That is hilarious.
Al, you got me all bothered about Apple. You can't do that.
T-will and consistency we've seen does not go hand in hand.
Oh, wow.
I think we've learned that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. Ronnie Thomas, how did you does Tampa getting the Mississippi get back to out of the playoffs and back to their local, I don't know, McDonald's to watch the game? Does that make you feel better, or are you still pissed we didn't make the playoffs? Like, give me your thoughts.
Before I answer the question, what's up, Buck Flair? Welcome to the couch. A Tampa Bay fan. Y'all did that.
I don't see that. So are you guys seeing that? Because I don't see that on the comment.
I just had to get him.
Okay. All right. I'm like,
because he a Tampa Bay fan and he been talking shit all year.
Oh, that's right. Well, Buck.
All year.
Hey, come on, man. Come on the couch, Buck. There's room. We'll make place for you right here. You can watch the rest of the playoffs with us, Buck. Okay? Hey,
but
appreciate that.
I'm 50-50.
You're 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, I wish we could have got to the playoffs because we did hang with Washington. That being said, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
I love it. Dan Quinn, you might be all right over there in Washington. Keep on whipping on those Tampa Bay fans. But keep on. But I'm glad they lost. But it don't take away the sting that I feel for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, I'm glad Tampa Bay lost because I knew Dan Quinn, he was always trying to go for it. And sometimes you just got to take the points, the field goals. You cannot always go for it.
Okay, we got comments. No, go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
You cannot always go for it. You just got to take the field goals sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Deshaun says, what's up, guys? Yeet gets some. Chuck Thomas, what up, Deshaun? Woo! Hey, great game, and Jaden Daniels is a bad boy.
Buck Flair.
He is. Oh, Buck Flair. Wow.
That Buck Flair.
That's
everybody give Buck Flair a shout out.
Buck, how you doing?
Congratulations on the division, and now you're home.
Come on over to the bench, Buck, with us. We can watch the playoffs for the rest of the season, bro. There's room for you over here, Buck. Just saying.
Hey, only one team's gonna win it all. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's room for you over here, right? So,
But we know one team we're not go to the next round. What's up, Tampa Bay?
What's up, Tampa Bay? How you doing? Welcome,
What's up, AKA Buck Flair?
Buck Flair. How you
I
doing, man?
told you I would get you. I told you.
Man. Oh man, yeah. Hey, sometimes you just got to welcome in the petty. Chuck says aggressive team won, and Washington was that team.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Guys, so rest of the games: Philly 22, Green Bay 10. I don't think there's a surprise there.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, C-Dub. What you got?
No, go ahead. You raised your hand first, bro.
To me, Green Bay had a lot of injuries during
They
that.
did.
And I wanted to. I asked somebody yesterday if they did not have all those injuries, would that score would have been up like that?
I agree with you. I think it would have been a better game. If Green Bay has all their personnel,
Right.
Green Bay could definitely upset Philly, especially Jalen Hurts is just coming back, and I don't think Jalen was his best self yesterday. So that game would have been different. I agree.
I think those injuries play a big part, and Jordan Love did not do no better throwing 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to not do so much. You know what I mean? As a quarterback, just do what the defense
take what they give you.
Do what they giving you. Don't always try and go for the home run.
That's exactly what he did.
Right.
And you can see
every time he went for the home run, it like interception. And I like just get the first down. I know you do not have your top wide receivers. I know that. But still get the first down. Don't be going for the home run all the time. So
there's a balance, and he'll learn it. He'll learn it. C-Dub, you had thoughts on it, Philly?
Well, go ahead, Ladarius. You were going to say something.
Oh no, go ahead. No, go ahead, C-Dub. Go ahead. No, you were before.
I mean, it's just the injuries definitely played a big role in that game. And I don't like talking hypotheticals. I really don't. The best team won. Okay. I will say this: you can't fault Josh Jacobs in that game. Right. He did everything he could to help. And look, you're gonna once you turn the ball over once, it's an uphill battle. 3 times, it's damn near impossible in the playoffs. So my thing is this: I'm also looking at that defense. I'm looking at Green Bay, and once they lost their interior linemen, then the it's one of those, how can it get worse? And it was getting worse. And by the way, people, please hit your comments, please hit the like button, and please smash that subscribe button for my ATL Sports one, and also for the C28, and also Ladarius _Brown on YouTube. So we could get in the algorithm. And also, I just want to say, Saquon Barkley, when people say, oh man, you don't want to get him, you don't know his injury history, he's a running back. This is why you get a guy like this. Because remember that tweet, he mentioned the tweet, which I love that he did, about, hey, I was sitting at home and I was like, I need to get here. I need to get into the playoffs. And you saw how he played. Man, I wish the game would have been I wish the injuries weren't there, so we could have seen Jacob and Saquon go back, basically battle, because that's really what this was. This was a throwback game. But hey, the victors go the spoils. Well, the Eagles live for another day, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles are going to match up in their next round match. So, but Ladarius, go for it, brother.
No. The
I had
music
to-
stopped. Terry, for the love of God, stop. The music stopped.
Terry, it's okay. It's a catchy beat, but you know.
Jesus, I was with you too. This man's just gonna go after the, like that's a flag. When the whistle is blown, you stop playing. When the music stops, you stop dancing.
My name is Tyson Clabo. I never stop when the whistle stops.
I mean, to be fair, I miss guys like that too.
Me too.
There's like,
What the hell is wrong with this?
Oh, guys, this is my daughter Maya. Oh, that's so sweet. T-Will ATL fan is my ghost account that I have to spy on you guys. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, that's
I know it.
I'm kidding. My name is in the title. Why would I do that? I'm just saying.
Sure.
That's Maya, guys. You guys tell my baby good morning. Good morning, Maya.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maya.
There you go.
As long as I'll say one nice thing about your father. I'll say one nice thing, and like one of my favorite musicals, anything goes after that. Now, so
oh wow,
you know, I'll just do King Petty while she's in the chat. That when she goes, just hit that music from Star Wars and it's a wrap. That's what's gonna happen. Hit my Palpatine music and it's a wrap. Now,
I'm gonna have to work on that. All right.
but to be really quick, you know, Jordan Love was trying. Listen, the injuries are tough as is, but you know, I think the point of when you lose an interior lineman, I think that was really the game changer, because the thing is, you know, with the receivers, yes, that was tough, but it just felt like Jordan Love was just pressing all game long, and Josh Jacobs was only doing all that he could do. And listen, this Eagles team, and I think T will, like, I'll give one more compliment. That's going to be it for the rest of the show. About Jalen Hurts, this wasn't his best game. No. And that goes to show you that they won without him doing his best game. So the narrative about Jalen Hurts, the narrative that he can stay in the pocket, we don't talk about him in the way that we talk about Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson for whatever reason. I'm not trying, you know, but here's the thing. Out of those three guys, Jalen Hurts is the guy who's been to a Super Bowl. Yeah. But he does not get talked about because for whatever reason, because it's always, it's Saquon gets the credit. The defense gets the credit. And Jalen Hurts, listen, that wasn't his best game. Now imagine Philly, you know, going into the divisional round where it's going to be they're going to play the winner of Minnesota and the Rams. So Philly's going to be watching that game. It's going to be an interesting game, but it just felt like for Green Bay, the injuries kept coming, and you can overcome. They didn't overcome the first turnover. It was just it was basically like snow coming down the hill. They just couldn't stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just it was too much for them. You know, it was too much for them. And honestly, I don't know that I would have played my guys the week before if I'm already in the playoffs. Me and hell, it ain't my team, so you know, I mean, they did what they did. It's on them. Bills 31, Broncos 7. That was a good old-fashioned beat down. And before we go any further, let me do some housekeeping. So Sterling says, how happy were y'all when you saw that Lake was gone? All right. I'm conflicted. I'm not happy that he lost his job, but we did need a new DC.
Speak for yourself, though.
Speak for yourself.
Guys are such hate. I was relieved. I'm not going to say I was happy. I was relieved.
That's
but we needed to move on.
Of the case. It was one of my greatest victories.
And
justice.
Oh my God! Darius is so petty. Oh my!
I called it like in 1999.
Oh my God! Go ahead and do your touchdown, Ladarius. Go ahead and do your touchdown, Darius. You got
it. Listen. You know, here's the thing. Hang on. Now, what we saw was when the case was presented that Jimothy Aloysius Lake was not the man for the job. Now, listen, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses.
Timothy. Oh,
and let me tell you, Timothy's defense was not a strength. It was a weakness. And now Timothy's getting, you know, he's let go. Listen, it's a tough economy out there.
He said,
he'll find him a job somewhere. Listen,
I'm done.
but he's gonna be all right. But as for me, it was one of my greatest victories. And,
not the Southern drawl. Oh my
and now
God!
let me tell you something. How sweet it is.
How
to
sweet
be
it is!
loved by you.
How sweet it is!
Back to you. See, I meant back to you, Terrence Trent. Oh wait, sorry, T. Will. Back to you.
Look at Rod doing the Bravo victory. Yes. Yeah. Hey, C-Dub. Hey, man, look, C-Dub.
How am I going to follow that up?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to
When
steal
I
your.
was doing this, you should have been giving him the applause, C-Dub. We're going to have
Hold
to
on.
producer,
I was too busy laughing.
Jeez.
I apologize.
Jeez, man. We're going to have to talk. Look, hey, Ladarius, get your boy, man. We're going to have to talk about this producer, man, all right?
All, don't talk about my client in that
Get
capacity.
your boy, man.
First of all,
boy.
now you're crossing another line there.
I'm a line crosser.
Timothy Trent Darby the Fourth. Now you're crossing the line.
No,
You're talking about my client and Ron, my other client. Ron, please go ahead, sir.
I gotta say this. Jimmy Lake, we might see you at the nearest Walmart or selling car insurance.
That's just mean, Ron.
But either way, Joe, you're not with the Falcons no more.
That's just
so. I've been talking all season about time Raheem Morris. Listen. And I've been patting myself on the back.
Boy, when I win, my clients win. Let me tell you, it's all money. All money here. Now I believe my other client, CW, you had some thoughts to share on Timothy Aloysius Lake not being a part of the Falcons organization. I don't know what Terrence Trent Darby the third over there's probably is over there. Now, what are your thoughts, Mr. Double?
It is. Look, it's actually a sad day because you know that the shoe establishment is losing a very valuable client, and also the chicken wings that he would order from there. Because he never actually coached defense, so you know that and we all know Jerry knows some of their names too. So let's just also say, it's just one of those things.
Hey man, look, Lexus and Mercedes and Allure get tired of you guys bringing them up on this show.
Wait a minute.
They don't like you bringing them up. Okay, they really don't.
My wings. That was you, Terrence Trent Darby the
No. I give them the respect. I give them the respect of putting a face to the name, okay? Half of these people are out here just trying to get through college. The other half, they're just trying to, it's too much month at the end of that money. And you guys should not be bringing them into Jimmy Lake's catastrophe of a career, okay? And by the way, those lemon pepper wings are delicious.
Sir, you're going to be the face of a lawsuit, sir. Don't worry. We're working on paperwork now. Because they said, quote, stop mentioning, listen, instead of signing your name, stop mentioning the name on the national airwaves, Mr. Terrence Trent Darby T. Will the Fourth. Now, yeah, I believe, Ron, you had some more thoughts to say there?
Paper, plastic, Jimmy Lake. That sounds good. What about y'all?
I got one better.
Paper, plastic.
I'm loving it. I think that could fit him as well.
That's just what?
No, because he would fumble. He would fumble the hamburgers.
Listen, he fumbled my Big Mac. He might be out of a job again.
No. All
right, guys. I don't want my Big Mac playing 10 deep. So I don't want my.
Chuck says, "Good morning, Maya. Thank you for that, Chuck." Christy Lewis, guys. Good morning, Christy. How you doing? Hopefully all is well. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Wallace Smith, how you doing, man?
What's up, Wallace?
Wallace, I got to go back and get me some more of those ice cream Snickers, man. I love them. They are delicious. Let's see what we got. Yes, of course. Hold up. We got a special guest that wants to join. So let me go ahead and get her on here. I thought I sent her the invite, but I could be wrong. And the fact that I'm saying her, I think you guys know who it is. You guys definitely, you guys definitely love her way more than me. So let's get her.
Do you blame us? Look
Yeah,
how
I
you
mean,
treat us. No
yeah.
lectures.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Terrence Trent, Jarvis the ninth. Look how you treat us on this show.
No
A ninth?
lunch. No
I'm a
nothing.
ninth now. Wow. I'm a
Listen,
ninth.
boy, stop correcting me in public. Now,
Hey,
listen, I'm trying to speak here.
don't
Boy,
talk to me
I say
now.
boy,
Boy,
you stop
boy.
correcting me in public.
Boy, don't talk to
I'm
me
gonna
like
go fall
that.
for a leg on you. You keep doing that again, though.
Foghorn Leghorn. No, oh, so you can get that one, C-Dub. You can get that one. But you missed the first
Hey.
38. Okay. All right.
No.
I get it.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey,
Mr. C-Dub, you're doing great work, great client, great pay. Ron, great stuff. Listen,
Thank-
Terrence Trent, dog, you want to be a client? Listen, I'm undefeated. Let me tell you, hey, I win. Unlike Tampa Bay, I get results.
Oh, wow. I like it. I like it. Oh, wow. Let me give you you messed me up with that. Oh,
Hey, focus, boy. Focus.
He got me with that. He did give me with that. Chuck
You can
Thomas
do
says
it.
game changer. Game changer was Eagles were physical team and both defenses were top 5 defenses.
Mm-hmm.
The problem will be, can Philly throw the ball when Saquon gets stopped?
I,
Being out for 3 games show.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a good point.
that's a very good.
I
That's a very
think
good
they
Very
can.
good point.
I really think they can.
I mean, we'll see. Wallace says, I knew that Jimmy Lake was going to get relieved of his duties as our DC after the Panthers game. Yeah, me too. Wallace
Yeah.
also says, I think Steve Wilkes or Dennis Allen would be good candidates for our new DC. Yeah, you could do worse. I definitely like Steve Wilkes.
What? Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Dennis
sir.
Allen don't need to be nowhere near here.
I think
Nowhere.
I think he's from the ATL, isn't it?
He
No.
is. Yeah, he is.
He don't need to be in the stadium. He don't need to
Uh-huh.
be nowhere near here.
Oh, okay.
That's just my opinion.
Oh, I hear you.
Later.
Boy, I thought
I
I
hear
was
you.
at it. Boy, let me tell you.
Christy Lewis says, sign your name across my heart.
Sir,
Hey.
sir, we asked you about that singing. Now, CW did a great job there.
Oh
Terrence
wow!
Trent, Jarvis
Oh
the third.
wow! That's, you know what? That's not right.
No,
Chuck says Vikings versus Eagles.
that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, guys, look! Chuck is predicting the Vikings are going to spank up on the Rams. Chuck says Vikings versus Eagles going to be great game, as is Ravens versus Bill. All right, we will see.
But the problem is,
the
Rams, they got to play in Arizona. Because
guys, wait a minute. Hang on. We have a new addition, Miss Carrie. Good morning,
Miss Carrie.
Let me just say.
Sorry, give me
Oh
a
my
second.
God.
I'm also
The
in the
best-
conversation.
yes.
I'll be right back.
Guys, I'm back here backstage trying not to laugh my butt off because you guys are just cracking me up this morning between Ron with the paper plastic or Jimmy Lake and the I've done more in Tampa Bay. Like, oh my gosh. You guys are on a roll today. Good morning.
Hey, somebody got to say, why don't I? So
Listen, the best part of the show, you and Jack do great work. That other guy,
Oh wow!
Look,
Here we go.
sus at best.
Here we
Oh my
go. Oh my goodness. Big Low Country. What in the world, Bo?
Hello.
What's going on? I'm sorry. What's up, Carrie?
Saying hello to Big Low.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. Big Low, how you doing, man? Ethan says, what's up, C-Dub and Ron? Christy
what's
says,
up, Ethan? Shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Bills fan? Okay.
He's a Bills fan.
There's
Good
nobody
luck to you,
circles the
sir.
wagons like the
Good
Buffalo.
luck to you, sir. Good luck. All right. So, wow, we got a lot this morning. Christy says, just basking in the Bucks buckling in the playoffs. Love it, Christy. Love it.
Love it, Christy. Good morning.
Love it.
Speaking of that,
I love it.
Morning.
me too. Speaking of that, remember how right before the Falcons played the Commanders, Baker said that I'm a big Jaden Daniels fan for Sunday Night Football. I reposted that video last night after they lost to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders of him saying big Jaden Daniels fan tonight, and it's going viral. All the Commanders fans are loving it. So.
Miss Carey.
Yes.
Jalen Daniel told him, you messed up, right? You messed up.
You messed
Carrie,
up, right?
What's up?
He said, you messed up.
You guys there? So, Miss Carrie, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Question for you. being that the Succaneers, I'm sorry, the Buccaneers. That's I'm being mean.
It
I'm
beat us
sorry.
out, man.
Jesus,
God.
Cal. Give us a
I'm
warning.
sorry.
Jeez.
I'm being
Yeah.
petty. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You could be
Wait.
petty.
You're being what now? What was that word?
Whoa.
I'm imitating Ladarius right now, is what I'm doing. I'm being king of petty.
No,
I write a lawsuit to me,
that's
Mr.
Emperor Petty to you, but continue.
Oh wow. Okay. Dalton Smith says, "What's up? Out of your Falcon mind. What's up, John? How you doing, man?
What's up, John?
What's up,
What
John?
up, John? Out of your Falcon mind. One of the greatest podcasts ever. Hey, we love you, man, and we're gonna continue to see if we can't get you to come back, man. Or at a minimum, hey, you can jump on this show. So I'm gonna drop the link, John. If you want to jump on, please feel free to.
And you can, so T Will can jump off and you can jump on. That'd be great.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. All right. Sterling says Terry probably already talked to Allen for the DC job. Oh, because I see what you did there, Sterling. Chrissy says, morning, Miss Carey. Dalton says, I have a feeling Sean Payton will fire Vance Joseph and bring DA to replace him. Y'all saw what happened yesterday about Sean Payton and Vance Joseph.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, but
you need to talk about that game.
Pension? Oh my
ladies
God.
and gentlemen.
yeah.
Well, hey, before we get into that, right? Because Miss Carey is essentially a family member to me. I have to get her opinion on the question that I asked you guys. So, Miss Carey, being that Tampa Bay did the one and done, and now they're doing the Mississippi get back to their local Applebee's to watch the playoffs. Does it take away the sting a little bit that we didn't make the playoffs in your mind? Just give me your thoughts on that. Thank you, C-Dub. Thank you.
Okay, yes, but no. I don't know. I'm giving a cop-out answer, but I'm still mad and I'm still upset. Like I told you yesterday, I just still try not to think about it. But when I sit here and think about we really swept the team that won the division, that's just saying that out loud just really baffles my mind and blows my mind. So, just thinking about that, it really still upsets me. But obviously, moving forward, I know the future is bright. You know, we finally have our QB1, but it does take away the sting because, like I have a lot of Bucks fans in my family, so they all were rubbing it in my face. And after we lost that Saints game, and they knew they were getting Mike Evans back, they all told me, "Oh, the Falcons gonna Falcon, and we're gonna." They were all happy they were getting Mike Evans back, and they were confident. I think I said it on a show actually, one of our One Time for the Fan episodes, that they were confident that they still had a chance to win the division. And so, yeah, all that to say, it feels good to be able to tell them, come have a seat on the couch right next to me, for sure.
Love it. Now, Carrie, let me ask you this. Yes. Were you a dutiful Falcon fan last night? And did you text every one of your family members to say, hey, come on over to the bench? It's okay.
Yes, I did, because
awesome.
They all call me when we lost to the Commanders and when we lost to the Panthers, and they all love to throw it in my face. So, of course, yes, I did.
That is awesome. Guys, can we just go ahead and make Carrie an honorary member of our show?
I appreciate.
She already is. I mean, you've got her in the back room, for God's sake. She's
all right.
Hey,
Paul. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. Family show, sir.
Triple cross option right, left.
What is that? Carrie, were you not into private chat?
Yeah.
Okay, now
Carrie.
Oh boy.
And did you not say that you were in the back room trying not to laugh at all of us?
I was in the back room. I was in the back stage just laughing at you guys because the banter is awesome.
I thought my work was done at defending people. Oh boy. Looks like my caseload got a little bit bigger.
Oh wow. Oh,
we've talked about phrasing. We've talked about it all the time. That's literally what we train.
Thank you.
I don't know why you clap for that. Okay, whatever.
Don't clap.
Carrie, did you happen to see the exchange between Sean Payton and Vance Joseph yesterday?
So I didn't, but I heard about it. So I guess that would make sense that everybody's saying that he might bring in Dennis Allen to be the new DC, which kind of, I guess I will go on the record and say I am warming up to that idea, even though I think it was Ron that was like, HELL no to that idea. But I am kind of warming up to the idea only because I think there is a good possibility that it could happen only because of the prior relationships.
Yeah.
And the Falcons and our front office, we're all about relationships and, family and friends and, all that. So, all that to say, Dennis Allen, like, has that relationship previous with Terry Fontenot. And so I could definitely see that being a possibility. And I mean, I think he was a good defensive coordinator. Do I hate that he was part of the Saints organization? Of course, but he's also from Atlanta and he previously was employed by the Atlanta Falcons, I believe in 2003 to 2005.
Yeah.
So I think I'm trying to accept it just in case it happens, if that makes sense.
It
Yep.
makes total sense. It makes total sense. So, guys, we're gonna do like just a little bit of an exercise this morning. I didn't run it by you because I was just inspired by the topic. So, really quick, and Carrie, we will start with you. Is this not the most punchable face you've ever seen in your life? Just go ahead.
Oh wow. I mean, it's definitely up there.
Is it not the most punchable face? No, Ladarius, is this not the most punchable face you've ever seen?
I'm not answering this because I feel like you're being a little more petty than I am this morning.
That is a very hard thing to do too. At that,
I mean, the fact that you almost eclipsed me in that category says a lot about the work you put in. That says a lot. I don't know whether to be proud or angry or I don't know how to feel. It's conflicting.
Oh wow!
So
Okay.
you know, I don't even have an answer. Since you're essentially me, you'll have the answer. That's the way I look at it as. So,
oh wow! I'm going somewhere, guys. Ronnie Thomas, is this not the most punchable face you've ever seen?
Ever?
Let me say this first. I've been running the punch the man in the face for a long time. Just give him a quick 2-piece right quick.
I knew you should have started with Ron. I knew you should ask Ron first.
Yes.
It's just something about him that I'll be like, damn.
It just makes me want to punch him.
You're like,
Just make me want to hit her in the face right quick. A quick 2-piece.
He just makes like he's a bully. C-Dub, a punchable face or no?
I mean, look, I'm not a guy that's prone to violence. I wouldn't like walk into the Falcons facility and lay waste to every single person I walked into. What am I talking about? Hell yeah, I'm punching Sean Payton. I can't stand that dude. Look at him. I mean, he's right up there with punchable faces as up what was it? The Chargers coach Stanley. I couldn't stand his ass because him and his like downward dog pose. I didn't like that crap.
Wait, so does that mean you wouldn't want him as the new Falcons DC?
Oh hell no, I don't want him. I'll take Dennis Allen over
no.
him.
No, I'm like Ron.
I don't want
hell
him.
no.
Really?
Hell
I
no.
got a whole
I
list
thought he
of
was a
guys
good.
that I want for him.
I thought he was a good DC. Honestly, not a good head coach. Not a good head coach. Let me be clear about that.
There with my list of people I have, there's a reason I have them on the list because if something were to happen and these guys have to become the next head coach,
yeah,
that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So, Carrie, you're talking about Dennis Allen? You're obviously not talking about Sean Payton, right?
I'm sorry, Brandon Staley.
Yeah, Staley.
Oh, Brandon
Staley, that he's punchable face. I said, so that means you wouldn't want him as the new DC.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the names that are being thrown around because he is available and he was a coordinator, a defensive coordinator for the Rams back in, I think, 2019 or 2020, around that time.
Here's the beautiful thing about throwing names around. It's Royal Rumble season, and I could throw that name out of the ring. Because there ain't no way he ain't gonna be on my top 5 list.
All right.
So
not even top 20.
No way. Come on, not top 20. That's wild.
I wouldn't go that far. But for me, the reason I have Sean Payton up here is because Sean Payton's a bully, right? So it's well chronicled how badly he treated Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Very badly. He got into it with Bo Nix earlier this season, and Bo kind of gave it back to him a little bit. And yesterday, you're dressing down your defensive coordinator for all to see. And I bring it up because there are a couple. Now, obviously, my current supervisor, I absolutely love the man. Whatever he asks me to do, I'm going to do it. But I have had some supervisors in the past that, shall we say, if they tripped, it would not. I wouldn't be upset. Okay,
Right.
If I were to see them on the side of the road, and they were on fire, I would not put them out. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And Sean Payton.
Well,
No.
Look,
It's
everybody has a bad boss, Carrie. Everybody has a
Damn,
bad boss,
that's
right?
fine. But they were on fire. Oh man, I thought
Well,
you were going
look,
to say
you
that
have
they
a
had
shoe on
flat
fire.
tires.
It's all good.
No.
Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I gotta
I
say
didn't
this,
set the fire, Carrie. I didn't set the fire, right?
Miss.
I know, but
I'm not
That's what Billy Joel
necessarily.
taught us.
I'm not necessarily gonna put it out. You know what I'm thinking? That PTO day, I bet you wish you'd approved it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. That's a joke. That's a joke. That I'm embracing, Ladarius. No, and in all seriousness, Sean Payton just gives me horrible boss vibes. Like, bro, you cuss out and like that's not called for. You know what I mean? You want to cuss somebody out in private, that's one thing. You don't dress down Vance Joseph, who is an accomplished DC. Okay, I can't stand Sean Payton. So I just thought I'd highlight that. Like I think he's a bully. I think there are better ways to do it. Go ahead.
I think Sean Payton got to look himself in the mirror. What I mean by that, because Bo Nix just threw one touchdown yesterday. That I could be wrong, but and like they did not do nothing else on offense. Nothing else. I mean, you got to challenge the corners. So what I'm saying, Sean Payton, if you want to cuss out somebody need to cuss you out.
Yeah, it's like a thing with him, right? So because he treated Russell badly. Now,
right.
Russell's not for everybody. I'm not. Russell's not for everybody. But there's a certain amount of respect that we all are due, right? Like, I'm sorry, you wouldn't have done that shit to me, Sean Payton.
But
we'd have gone at it on the sideline yesterday. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
Remember back in the day, it was Houston versus Tennessee.
I know what you're talking about. And who was that? Was that one of Buddy Ryan's kids, or was it Buddy Ryan himself?
It was Buddy Ryan punch. He's talking about Buddy Ryan punching Kevin Kilbride.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator.
That would have been me against Sean Payton.
This show does not support violence, by the way. Just putting it out there.
Yeah,
we do not support violence.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, you deserve to give people respect.
Agreed. 100%. 100%.
The way he talked to Russell Wilson last year, I wonder. I'm sorry for saying that. I wonder Russell Wilson to slap the out of him.
Yeah, that's not Russell. That'll never be
Russell.
Russell. But
that's not him.
But
about
him behind his back when no one's
right. But I wonder Russell Wilson to be like.
What did you say, C-Dub?
Russell Wilson's the kind of guy that will talk about you, but he'll do it like either in the car or to Sierra as he's having a tear go down his eye.
Oh wow! You know what? Like, that's unnecessary roughness on C-Dub.
That's Russell be like, I just don't do that.
That's unnecessary.
Unlimited.
That's not necessary.
Yeah, he got his unlimited butt sack by the Ravens.
That's not necessary.
No, it is necessary. Hold on.
Whatever.
Even the crowd agrees.
Oh, whatever. That's you know what? Hey man, that's not necessary. All right, guys.
To
So let's
me,
switch gears a little bit. Obviously, the elephant in the room, the Falcons basically invited Jimmy to go do something else. And I know a couple of people who were not necessarily upset. Carrie. When Jimmy was invited to go do something else. So
At
being
all.
being that Carrie again is family. Carrie, give me your thoughts.
Okay.
When you first heard the news, because I think we were all on the chat. Wait,
Right.
were we on the call or were we on the chat? No, it happened first and then we got on the call, right, Carrie?
Right.
Right.
So I was already having a great day. It's a Saturday. Besides being a diehard Falcons fan, I'm also a diehard Manchester City soccer team fan. So yes, Saturday they were playing, and they literally just finished winning our game 8-0. So it was a blowout win, and so I was already on a high. I was already on a high because of that win, and then all of a sudden I'm checking my phone. I got in the car literally right after the game, and then I see breaking news, and I was just like, wow, this steak just keeps getting better. Like. No one can tell me anything. You can't tell me nothing right now. Like,
Oh
but
wow.
like how T-Wall said earlier, like I'm never gonna wish somebody to lose their job, okay? But at the same time, it's the reality. This is a results-driven business. It's also, it's not a normal job where you're in the public eye, and there's going to be scrutiny when you're not doing well at your job because there's a million other people lined up to get that, opportunity. Not everyone gets an opportunity like that to be a coach in the NFL. So I say all that to say that from the beginning, I thought that Raheem didn't set himself up for success by hiring two rookie coordinators, and but I understood it when I found out that he has a previous, relationship with Lake and that's his friend. So I understood why it happened. But I say that to say that I really am excited to bring in a DC with experience because I think that that is what our defense needs for sure for future success.
Okay. If you had your choice, right? In other words, you're Terry F. Baby for the day, Miss Carrie. Who you bringing in? Who you bring? Or well, no. So I guess that would be Raheem because Raheem is.
Well, no,
If you're
Terry
Raheem,
and Raheem.
yeah.
You
If
could let, yeah.
I'll be both of them. As long
okay.
as I don't have to wear capri pants with the low cut
Oh
jeans.
wow! Oh
Well,
wow! Carrie
Terry,
doesn't
you
like the
get away
capri
with
pants
showing
and
off
tennis
your
shoes
ankles.
look.
I just don't think people want to see our big bone neck
Wow.
ankles.
Yeah,
I just don't want to see no crusty ankles on the sideline.
Oh wow.
well, I
I'm
have
tired of
cankles.
looking at the crusty ankles.
I have cankles. My wife would never let me do that. So, Carrie, give me your thoughts.
I don't blame them.
Who's your stop it? Who's your first,
Oh
second,
my,
and third choice?
oh my gosh.
Who's your,
You guys are a trip. Oh wow.
who's your first, second,
Everybody
and
got
third choice?
Trey.
So I know a popular first pick would be Salah because of that, Jets defense, and he was never the problem. But for me, like I mentioned last night, for me it's like one of those things that yeah, he'd be great and technically he's available, but is he really available? I feel like it's just he's out of reach, honestly. I feel like he'll either maybe get a chance at a head coaching job or possibly, maybe go back to the 49ers since he's been there before. I just don't think there's any, as far as I know, any relationships with any of our coaching staff or our front office with Sala. So for me, I just don't see that happening. I feel that it's going to be somebody like Ulbrich or it'll be somebody like my guy, Steve Wilkes, somebody that has a previous relationship with either the front office or the coaching staff, because that's just how the Falcons work. Which I'm not mad at because right now it's actually great timing that there are so many options available for DC. But all that to say, my pick is Steve Wilkes. I do really like Steve Wilkes. Um, he was at training camp, I think at least 2 days. I know for sure 2 days. I checked. Shout out to D-Led on Twitter. He had posted pictures of him at Atlanta Falcons training camp this past off season. He was there, so there's clearly relationships. He did interview for the head coach position, I believe, but Raheem got the job. So if he's not bitter about that and he's looking for an opportunity, I think right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think right now he's just doing like a volunteer advising. Is it for the Niners or so? Do you guys know where he's at right now? I think he was doing some kind of volunteering, like
Well, I know he was
advising thing.
volunteering with us for a while, but I didn't know
What?
how that goes. So,
Let me
yeah, it's
check.
gonna be interesting.
So he was 2024, he was Charlotte 49ers volunteer advisor in 2024. So
Okay.
sorry, not San Francisco 49ers, Charlotte 49ers. So all that to say, I really like that he has 20 plus years of coaching experience, not just as a
Mhm.
head coach, but also as a DC, which is what I want. I want somebody with experience. That way Raheem can just focus on being a head coach and not, helping out with the defense. He also was a head coach in our division, so he knows the division, familiarity there. And like I said, he was just at our training camp this past off season. So there's clearly relationships there, which the Falcons are big about. So for me, that's definitely my top pick. He has a big coaching resume, at not just college level, but also NFL level. So for me, that's my pick.
Good deal. All right. Gonna do some catching up. So Christy Lewis said, oh, Sterling says T Will being a little petty today. Hey man, I gotta
A
keep it
little,
Is.
Little.
I've
a
never seen him
little.
like this.
I mean, he's taking Ron's shot.
I mean,
A
why is it
little.
that you're on time for that and not the 38 before, C-Dub? I just don't understand. Okay,
See,
whatever.
when you got I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, don't say it. Christy says, I wish Raheem would cuss or show some aggression. Dalton Smith says even Broncos defense wouldn't slow down, and Bills offense, Broncos offense didn't do anything after Bo Nix threw
Yeah,
opening TD, so that's on Peyton.
yeah.
Christy Lewis says Ron is telling the truth. Dalton says no matter what, people can't be scared of Sean Payton. I'm not scared of you, Sean Payton.
And let me say this: he is a Saints fan, an Aints fan, and he was like, "I ain't never liked Sean Payton."
Is that
Never.
possible?
Gosh darn it. All right. Out of your Falcon mind says Roz like Jimmy buddy. I love you, but you're not taking my second chance at a head coaching. I
Literally.
butchered it. I'm sorry, John. But basically, Roz like Jimmy, you're not messing this up for me, and I agree. That's probably how the
I
conversation went.
agree. And I'm glad he was able to do that because that's what I was worried about, waiting to find out if we were going to let him, Jimmy Lake,
Right.
go. Like, is he going to, for lack of better words, have the cojones to put the Falcons as an organization and the logo above
Miss
personal
Kennedy.
relationships, whether it be with his coordinators, individual players and friendships. So I am really it makes me confident in Raheem going forward as our head coach because obviously we know he's not going anywhere. So yeah, he made a difficult decision.
He definitely made a difficult decision. Let's see. Chuck Thomas. Falcons should keep Kirk Cousins as DC. He's good at taking the ball away. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Like, what is he trying to
Oh,
say? Then I read it
wow.
all.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
get it.
Oh,
A
wow.
Tampa Bay fan already
Oh,
taking
Hey, you
shots.
know what, Chuck? You might be right.
You know what? I got to give it to him, man. That was pretty good. Like
Yeah,
Already
that
taking
was
shots.
pretty good.
that was a
Wow.
good shot. I'm not mad.
That was pretty good. I'm not mad at it. That's pretty funny. King
Well,
Richie says, fellas, what's good? T.
What's
Will
up?
says, welcome, Ethan. Welcome to the show. And again, Ethan, if you want to subscribe, please like, share, subscribe, and go to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube.
real quick, I
Go
just
ahead.
saw breaking news that nothing relating to Falcons, but just some breaking news. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy will become a coaching free agent starting tomorrow at midnight.
Huh?
The
Huh?
Cowboys are not going to retain him.
So they
So
fired.
what?
And
Wait a minute.
Chicago.
No, they didn't fire him.
No,
They
he's on.
fixed the glitch. They fixed the glitch, C-Dub.
Wait
So
a minute. What I don't understand is they told Chicago Bears, no, you cannot talk to him, but you're gonna fire him anyway.
You know what?
right,
Guess who's gonna get an interview? He's gonna get an interview
with
with Chicago
Chicago.
Bears. There you
Right.
go.
So here's the exact tweet from Schefter. He said, with Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy eligible to talk to other teams after midnight on Tuesday, there still have not been any negotiations on a new deal with Dallas, per sources. So it's now looking like McCarthy will indeed become a coaching free agent, with Chicago Bears and New Orleans Saints both expected to be interested in speaking with him.
Jerry's like, look, I need a Groupon, and you eat the budget all the time, so we're gonna let you talk to other teams. I can't handle, your food budget alone could feed a salary for other coaches. You know
That's
this, right,
mean.
Mike?
That's mean. That's mean. That's C-Dub
I am
taking
supposed
shots
to worry
today.
about a man's feelings? No, I don't.
That's mean. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Carrie. Let's see.
Gary
Don't
Schefter.
Carrie Scheffner. Yeah.
know.
No, he's cocky and arrogant. That's why I didn't like him when he was the Saints head coach. Agreed, Dalton. King
Yeah.
Richie says bring in Dennis Allen and Nielsen as D-line coach. Well, C-Dub's not gonna like that. Christy Lewis, free for the Dollar Tree, free to hire for who? Well, I'm out of sequence there. I don't know what that's in reference to.
It might have been about McCarthy.
Oh, it probably was about McCarthy. Okay, my bad. Thanks, Christy. Ethan Tweedle, N'Kobe Dean has a torn.
Oh man, no!
I hate that for him,
wow.
man. He's had a breakout season. I hate that for him.
Yeah.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, that man you love to love, my mentor, friend, and creator or part creator of One Time for the Fan, Mr. Jack Spade. C-Dub, we need some applause. We need some applause for Jack. We need some applause. Thank you.
What's up, Mr. Jack?
Jack Spade, what's going on? Hit the like, share, and subscribe.
I'm making sure he gets all of it, okay? I'm giving him all.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So look, we're gonna change gears a little bit, and we're gonna go to fact or fiction. That's right, fact or fiction. If I can just find the banner, because sometimes it hides from me, and I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know, Ron. There we go. Fact or fiction. Fact or fiction. All right. You know what? I'm gonna let the lovely Carrie do this one. Carrie, I'm about to drop the contents of fact or fiction in your chat, so don't worry. It's gonna be directly to you, or maybe it'll be in One Time for the Fan, but you'll know it's for you. There we go.
Yeah, I don't have Carrie's information because Carrie never reaches out to.
It's all good. Hey, I just dropped it in the One Time for the One Time for the Fan chat. Carrie, say that 5 times, guys.
I got it.
I'm not.
Ethan says I liked and subscribe. Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. We need more people to like.
Yes, we do.
Tell your friends.
Please, Ethan, tell all your friends. We need them all. And applause. There you go, C-Dub. Love it. Okay. Carrie, whenever you're ready.
Okay. You want me to read off the questions?
Oh, and you're probably because they're fact or fiction. So you got the answers. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so fact or fiction. Falcons will hire Steve Wilkes as the DC.
C-Dub.
Eventually, I'm going to get to my list of guys that I wrote. So, people I want. But let's just say this. Fact. You can't go wrong if you get him.
All right. Ronnie Thomas.
Fact.
That's a fact. You know what? I think that it makes so much sense that I'm going to say fiction.
Oh, oh no.
Because it's too much like right. I'm going to say fiction. Carrie, what say you?
I'm saying fact because he's my number one choice, but I have a way that gives me a great opportunity to put in there your Falcons PTSD show coming up because is that your
There you
PTSD
go, right?
talking there, T Will, that you just have to say, oh, makes sense, so it's not gonna happen.
Of course, of course.
But yes,
I
I
better
love
be
it.
on this PTSD show because I am living proof of that mess.
Well, I mean, CW, your family, so of course you're on. Chuck Thomas says fiction. Sterling says facts. Dalton says fiction. Ernest says morning, everyone. Good morning, Ernest.
They're
How are
my
you?
big cousin, my
What's
older
up,
cousin.
big cousin? What's up, Ron's big cousin? How you doing today, man? You all right? Hey, any stories that you have that I can use to blackmail Ron would be greatly appreciated. Okay, Ernest. I'm gonna get you
Really, like,
my information offline. Okay, Ernest. So
No,
just saying.
also any weird pictures of him maybe posing with
Yes,
people
even
or-
better.
Oh
no,
Even better,
wow.
Ernest. Yes,
Wow.
yes. Weird pictures that Ron would
no.
not want to see the light of day. Yes, we'll take them. We'll take them. Chuck Thomas,
Okay.
Steve Wilkes is a head coach potential, but DC could be somewhere with cap space. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. So oh yeah,
Yeah.
next one, Carrie. I'm sorry. Next
Next one.
one.
It's okay. Next question or next fact or fiction.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins will be traded in the off season. Who's first? Want me to go first?
Yes, go first,
Yeah,
Carrie.
go for it.
That's a fact. Um, I think that's the most likely thing to happen. That he get traded, and to be honest, I think that's the best interest of the Atlanta Falcons. I just don't think keeping a backup quarterback on the payroll of $40 million is just feasible or doesn't even make any sense at all, to be honest. So for me, that is definitely a fact. Unless he decides to retire, but I feel as if he wants to continue to play. So, anybody got the Cleveland Browns phone number?
I,
Looks
hey, I got it. I got them on speed now, just
Uh,
like they quarterback.
yeah,
Oops.
Ron has to have him on speed dial because he keeps asking for what was it? He keeps asking for Miles Garrett for Kirk Cousins, and they keep hanging up on him. I
Yeah,
tried to
come
tell
on,
him,
man.
he just asked that.
So hey Ron, when you get him on the phone, do me a favor. Ask for Miles Garrett and some breakfast for the For My ATL morning show.
That
Tell him
that's it. That's it. Since you don't want to give us breakfast, they will not give us no breakfast. So,
Terry,
so
you need to jump on this breakfast thing, man. I mean,
hey man,
you
hey,
pimped out Applebee's. See if you can pimp out McDonald's and hook us up.
right.
I am fiscally responsible, sir. My wife would laugh at that statement, by the way. All right, so Sterling Wood says facts, Dalton says facts, Chuck Thomas says fiction,
And nobody
Dalton
taking him.
Smith.
You know, I'm trying to put the positive vibe out there that he is going to be taken because there are some teams that are very quarterback needy, like the
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Browns or
and
the
and it's
Jets. So,
Or
a
the
1 year
Giants.
deal, Carrie. So the other side of dealing for a quarterback is, if you get this guy and oh my God, let's say you have a Deshaun Watson, it's terrible. And I can understand Cleveland being a little antsy
right.
or cautious. But Kirk's Kirk's deal is essentially 1 year. So
Yeah,
And
if
not
you get
only
him next
that,
year, go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead, Gary.
I was gonna say not just that, but I think if I remember right, they would only have to pay him what, like 23 million, which is pretty average. I think that'd be 18th in pay for starting quarterbacks next season.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's not a
look,
crazy deal if he can get healthy. And look, he'll have all off season to heal up. So
Right.
because I think he's still hurt. So
Yeah. I mean, no doubt about it. So I'm gonna say what I think you went Carrie. C Dub, is that fact or fiction?
I mean, I'm
We
gonna
trading
say,
Kirk?
look, I'm gonna say fact, but it's also I've also been on record saying if he's here, good. I think people need to relax a little bit though, because when they heard Terry saying we're okay with him being the backup, guys, if he would have came out and said, "Man, Kirk Cousins is sorry, he's a piece of crap. We can't use him for nothing." How is that supposed to get a trade going?
Oh, it's
Right.
not. That's why
I
I
mean,
think that he purposely
yeah,
said what he said, because
yeah,
Right.
everybody, all the national media was, crapping on him for what him saying that, and it made, it kind of went viral.
yeah.
But for me, he did the perfect thing that he did what a GM was supposed to do, and he said we're
Right.
happy to have him.
Hmm.
He's happy to be a backup. So obviously he's
He
trying to make it seem as if we're gonna keep him no matter what, so that
right.
we
You
He
hopefully
should.
can get a trade.
he a car salesman. He trying to sell it Kirk Cousins to other NFL teams.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So for me, I'm gonna say it will be a fact that we do get a trade. Because look, one of the quarterbacks people thought was going to be in the draft, Carson Beck. He's going to Miami so he could be with his girlfriend. Big whoop. It's Napoleon Dynamite's going to flop there. But the thing
And he's
is,
getting $4 million, by the way. Don't forget that. That's a way to land right there. That's
hold
a
on.
landing.
He's going to go $4 million. And if you thought the SEC was tough, man, enjoy Miami. You ain't going to focus for nothing. So
Right.
look, hey, if you want to give $4 million to a worthy cause, give the $4 million to me and Ron and maybe Terry and definitely Ladarius, and we'll sprinkle to Carrie
Yeah.
because she's part of the crew now. But we could come up with better usage of $4 million, easy. So
Yeah.
just saying,
I want my money in all hundreds. I'm just saying, all hundreds. Okay, so
and I got to pay some bills. That's all I ask.
Me
I
too.
hear that.
Wow.
Ronnie Thomas, Fact or Fiction. Kirk's on his way out of here. What are you saying? What are we
Fact.
thinking? All right.
Terry on the phone with them right now.
Right.
He
Okay.
said this not going to fly. This will not be over our head all season. I finna get this thing done.
Which
ASAP, baby.
Yeah, before that, isn't he due $10 million bonus? Shoot.
Or
Mhm.
something.
That's a
I don't
free
think the
agent signing.
yeah. I don't think the 10 million is going to be that big of a problem. I think it's more, what you got to see what coaches and what teams do. As soon as the draft is over, that's when you'll see Kirk get traded.
What?
Maybe in the draft, who knows? But I'm just saying you're going to see some teams not get what they want, and they're going to look quarterback thirsty. Organizations are gonna want somebody, and Kirk's not a bad guy to go get.
Right.
If you have the team around him.
I mean, honestly, who's going to be the Browns starting quarterback? Deshaun Watson's trending towards being out for the season now with getting re-injured with his Achilles.
Oh yeah,
And
he's definitely out. He's definitely out for the season.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they've already shown that they don't trust in Jameis. I mean, he wasn't playing at the very end, even though that quarterback. I mean, maybe it was just them tanking, because how did you not put Jameis out there over that other guy who was just
Well,
off? Couldn't
I
do
just
Well,
want him
they
happy
said-
Jameis was on the bench. I have
they said-
a vendetta against Jameis. It will
I know you
forever.
do.
They said they were throwing.
I'm
They
happy.
said
I don't want
Jameis-
Jameis playing in a flag football league for 12-year-olds. Okay, that's how I feel about him.
They said
sorry,
Jimmy
Ron, go ahead.
Winston was throwing interceptions like he was doing our style.
And
Like he was in the
look,
early 70s.
if someone says, "Oh, we're not tanking," and I see Bailey Zappi on your team, I'm going to say you're tanking.
You're tanking, and so you know what, the Kirk Cousins trade makes perfect sense. So I'm gonna say it's fiction. Just kidding, Carrie. It's fact.
Oh,
it's
it's that
fact.
trauma.
It's fact.
That's
All
the
right,
guy
Carrie.
that they were playing, Dorian Thompson Robinson. He played, I think, their last game, and he was just awful. I watched.
Oh, yes, he
game.
was.
Yeah, and I'm like, how is
Mhm.
James Winston not out there? And I was like, okay, they say teams don't tank, but to me, there's no way you're not tanking if you don't have Jameis out there over this guy.
But
But sorry, that brings me to my next fact or fiction. You mentioning Kirk Cousins maybe being traded in the draft. What do we think about Kyle Pitts being traded in the offseason? Fact or fiction?
I'm going
Maybe
to take
even
this
draft.
one, and I'm going to say big facts. I'm going to say Kyle is on the first thing smoking. I'm just kidding. We will keep him because we have committed to him being the unicorn. And for whatever reason, we will keep him throughout the entirety of his career and not trade him. Even though it makes perfect sense, I'm going to say that's fiction, and Kyle Pitts will be here next season. Ronnie Thomas, what say you, sir? Fact or fiction? Kyle going to be here next year or what?
My first question is, what is a unicorn?
It is not. It is not what Kyle Pitts has been the first 4 years of his.
Wow.
My second question: is he a football player?
Now that's just mean, Ronnie Thomas. He's definitely a football
That's a
player.
good question.
He's not a great one, but he's got potential. And
my third question:
Ronnie.
where they find that bum at?
I'm not gonna call him a bum. Look, I'm not gonna call him a bum. I'm not gonna call him a bum.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Where they find that bum at?
Ron, no, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him a bum. I'm not gonna.
Be a bum.
Ron.
Yeah. No, I'm
so
not gonna.
Clearly, we know your answer that he's being traded. Clearly.
I think he's gonna get traded. Just the way his body language is, he's not focused. And then Terry Fano talk about him, I say, yeah, he out there.
Yeah, now Terry, what I will give you is Terry did not have a glowing description of Kyle Pitts. He was not effusive in his praise. I'll give you that. But I'm not gonna call Kyle a bum. Look, Kyle did catch that pass in Washington to tie it, and Kyle's had his moments. I would definitely say his career has not been what we thought it could be or what we thought it would be. But I'm not gonna say he's like Mayweather for who was on the Falcons offensive line that we drafted that I just could not stand. Mayfield. Thank you. Oh my God. And you know what? Look, I know he's doing something else, and I'm sure he's a great guy, but I was not happy with that pick. I was. My God, I was not happy. So I'm not gonna say Kyle was that bad.
Wait a minute. You know who Kyle Pitts remind me of? If we draft him back in the day, way back in the day.
Do not say Andre Bruce.
Yep. Bam.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
He is today Andre Bruce.
Andre Bruce was bad with the Falcons. I'm not gonna say Kyle was bad with the Falcons. Kyle was inconsistent. But I'm not going to say he was bad because there are moments where Kyle did deliver. That first year with Matt Ryan, Kyle was basically our only offense. So I'm not going to say Kyle was a bum.
Wait a minute. How long that been, Terry?
Okay, Ron, I'm not a Kyle Pitts defender, but I will kind of play devil's advocate, or I will try to defend him a little bit since we're calling him a bum. I don't think he's a bum, but I feel a change of scenery is needed.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
I feel that this season, to answer the fact or fiction, I think it is a fact. He is going to be traded. I think it is very interesting that Terry mistakenly mentioned his name instead of Kyle Smith. He said Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts was maybe on his mind, maybe in recent conversation. I think that's kind of weird. No coincidence. I don't think there is many coincidences in the world. So I think everything happens for a reason. So all that to say, I say that to say that I think this season was Kyle Pitts's year to prove himself, and unfortunately, I don't think he did that. Yes, he had that amazing catch, that touchdown catch to keep us in that game. Against the Commanders that, coaching ended up losing for us, but he has had flashes and it's tough. It's a tough situation. He had a great rookie year with Matt Ryan, Pro Bowl year. And then it just kind of fell off after that. And I think there's multiple working parts. I don't think it's just that he's a bum and doesn't care. I think that maybe he cares less and he gives less effort for multiple things. I mean, he's been with 6 quarterbacks. I feel like he gets overlooked. If you look at the film, it's like sometimes Kirk maybe, and it could be both things. It could be that Kirk Cousins did not trust Kyle Pitts because of his lack of effort.
Right.
Because to me, if I'm a quarterback, I'm going to go to the guy that I know is going to give the best effort to catch the ball, make the play.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
feel that it could be two things. Kyle Pitts was not giving the best effort, so he got overlooked, but also he did get overlooked. And so there's a lot of times where he was open, he just wasn't getting the ball, you know? And I mean, look, we have a lot of talent in our receiving corps. So at the same time, I get it, but the trust was not there. I do think that Kyle Pitts has the potential to be great, and I think a change of scenery is needed. I think the only way to solve this issue, this conundrum that, gets talked about not just amongst Falcons fans, but even like, the fantasy football people and just
Right.
talking, people in general talk about Kyle Pitts being a bust or, just not living up to that number 4 overall pick. I think the only way to solve this issue is when Travis Kelce retires, he goes to the Chiefs, we trade him to the Chiefs, or the Chiefs pick him up. He plays with arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, and we see if he could be the next Travis Kelce. And if you can't produce with Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league, I don't know what to tell you. I can't defend you any longer. So I think that's the only way to solve this.
Miss Carey.
Go ahead, Rob.
To me, Kyle Pitts, he don't run his routes all the way through. He don't. He just give up. And I
Right.
like your mindset got to be, oh, I finna handle my business out here, especially if I'm 6'4", weigh 240 or whatever. You should not put a corner on me, maybe 6 foot. I feel make their corner look bad today. And I don't get that attitude from Kyle Pitts. The attitude I get from Kyle Pitts, oh, I just hear so I don't get fine. Oh, well,
Right.
you know.
Mean, you're not wrong. He doesn't give the best effort. And it's unfortunate because I just feel like, I don't know. It's not that I'm trying to defend him, but I see his perspective, but also I'm a Falcons fan before any fan of a player. So I don't want it to get twisted that I'm just picking him over the Falcons. I think he needs a change of scenery, and I think it's best for the Falcons because we're not going to pay him big dollar. That's all I got to say. I mean, how much is he? I'm curious to see how much a team will offer him, and if they'll offer him a multi-year deal, getting paid what? I think this year he got paid $8 million his final.
I pay him $2.50 food stamp.
Ron, stop.
Here we go. C-Dub. C-Dub, is Kyle leaving or what are we doing? Is Kyle out of here? Is he on the first thing smoking? What's going on?
2021, he scored 1 touchdown. 2022, 2 touchdowns. 2023, 3 touchdowns. 2024, 4 touchdowns. If you think I want that piece of garbage here, and I'm going there. I'm sick and no. I have let everyone talk. I have to go in. This is a 1-year wonder. This guy is a Vic Beasley on offense. And yet I hear everyone go, ooh, but he's a unicorn. Oh, he's got talent. Oh, one day if we just water it just right, he'll grow into a big, strong guy. I'd rather have Penei Sewell. And you know what? My pick looks a heck of a lot better than Kyle Pitts. And my thing is this. I have given this guy chance after chance. Ron has even given this guy a chance. When we talk about Kyle Pitts, it's always, oh, he just doesn't feel it. Or, oh, maybe it's this quarterback. Oh, it's this quarterback. Sometimes it's you, my man. By the way, before we start talking about how he should get shipped off to Kansas City, Travis Kelce was in quarterback purgatory and was putting numbers up. And then when he got Pat Mahomes, he went to that next level. Brock Bowers, same thing. Had 3 crappy quarterbacks. And he hit the record.
Okay, C-Dub. So is what you're saying is that now we have Michael Penix Jr., our future, so now he's going to go off?
I don't think so. Because I don't think Kyle Pitts wants to be that guy. That's
I
the
think he
problem.
does. I just don't think he does
You
in
have a
Atlanta.
guy that is basically he's disengaged. And honestly, when I see Kyle Pitts, I see Vic Beasley. And we all know how that ended. And the way I say is this: trade him to Kansas. No, I'm trading for the best deal possible. I need draft picks. And if I can get my draft picks, I'll ship Kyle Pitts to, what was it? Ohio. I'll send him over to, I'll send him over to New York Giants. I'll send him whenever you want him. But I am not going to try to break my neck, try to get him to Kansas City. Because I'm like this. If you're so talented, you should be able to adapt. And this move should have gotten Terry fired. Because if you saw that whole 2020 season where he drafted these guys, I think maybe Dahlman's the only second-year contract guy that will be there. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not settling anymore. I want my team to be better. And if you've got a guy who doesn't want to put the effort in, well, see ya. I don't want you on my team. Give me Warner. At least he's trying to play. I know Terry, he went off on Pitts multiple times. And I mean, we were getting the same production out of Warner than we were getting from Pitts. So it's like this. I don't want a expensive Maserati when I can just go ahead and have a guy that's going to do the job, block, do the nitty-gritty. I know Ladarius has always told me, well, he wasn't breed to be a tight end. Well, then that's the fault of the organization. You could have gotten Jamal Chase. You could have gotten Micah Parsons. You could have gotten Penei Sewell. And you chose Pitts. And this is what happens. You're now in the pits. And look, his attitude is the reason I don't want him. It's not, he can, if he shows up whistling Dixie, I don't care because I'm looking at him and I'm going, your actions are showing me otherwise. And not only that, one of the comments saying, the OC isn't even going after or utilizing Pitts. Most offenses always try to utilize their tight ends. We don't.
Yeah.
And that should tell you something.
All right, guys. Carrie.
Okay.
Next one. What you got?
I could talk about that subject all day. Next question. Next fact or fiction. And our final fact or fiction for the show today. Terry Fontenot will be extended for 3 more years. Oh wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Somebody want to start?
I'm gonna say that's a fact, Jack.
What? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a fact. Yeah, I think
explain yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's gonna be extended. So Ra's deal ends in what, 3 years? I think he'll be extended to match Coach Ra. I think he will.
Was he only given a 4-year deal? I don't know why I thought it was 5. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Let me look it up.
I think it's 5 years, but yeah, and this would be now we're entering his last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll get a 3-year deal. I think he'll get it to match Coach Ra, and I think they'll do great things.
Okay, so we gave Raheem a 5-year contract, so he still has 4 years left. So do you think?
All right, so then it'll be a whatever. It'll be a 4-year deal. Yeah, it'll be a 4-year deal.
Wow, I don't know that. Okay, you go ahead, C-Dub.
Carrie disagrees with me.
Look, I'm going to say false. I'm going to say Terry and Raheem have to win this year. Between these press conferences we heard, if they miss the playoffs, we're cleaning house. Period. I don't want to hear, oh, well, we got 10 wins, but we couldn't get into playoff. No. I don't think that's the goal. So this is going to be one of those. It's on Terry and Raheem. So I say fiction. I think once after that year, then we could talk extension, or at least during the year if we're doing well. So, but I think it's going to be one of those.
All right, cool. Ronnie Thomas.
Is Ron back?
I don't see him.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay.
All right. Well, then, hey.
For some reason, he said he got bumped off, so I'll tell him to come on back.
All right, no worries. Carrie, you don't think he'll be extended 4 years?
I definitely think he'll be extended. I don't know that it's going to be 4 years.
Okay.
I guess that would make sense since that would be concurrent with Raheem's deal because Raheem was offered 5-year contract with the Falcons as the head coach. And they keep talking about how they're looking forward to the future together, and they're very in sync as far as like a head coach and GM duo. But I just feel I don't know. I'm really torn. I definitely think he's going to be extended. I just don't know that it's going to be for 4 more years. I
Okay.
would say maybe 2 or 3, but that's my guess. I just think I don't know. The Michael Penix Jr. pick probably saved him for sure. So,
Oh,
Amen.
definitely.
but definitely
Definitely.
saved him and bought him more time. Because if not, if we would have just had Kirk and maybe went with the pass rush at 8, I don't know. He might not be safe, but he is safe. I just don't know for how long. I don't know that they're gonna. I don't know, but it's the Falcons. We might give them 4 years.
I mean, you never know. But
A lot of
I
people
think Penix
argue.
saved up. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Carrie.
No, I was gonna say a lot of people argue that the Falcons have not, had a winning season yet under him, and so and like, C-Dub alluded to, some of the picks have been questionable. I mean, if you look at his I think he's very good at manipulating the cap and getting us in a good cap situation. And I also think another strength of his is bringing in free agents. Signing free agents, either like Jesse Bates, or signing free agents on like 1-year short deals, cheap deals. But I don't know that the drafting is his like number one strong suit, in my
So
opinion.
you got Bijan, who he drafted, which is a home run. You got Penix, who he drafted, which seems to be a home run. Did he draft Drake, or was that before?
No, he drafted
No.
Drake. His
Okay,
first draft
yeah.
pick was Kyle
Yeah, he
Pitts.
drafted
That-
Drake.
That,
Look,
that's 3
he's made good
studs.
picks. Yeah, he made good picks. But what I'm also looking at is those second day picks, the picks that are look, let's be honest, Troy Anderson, that the pick that everyone wants to say, look how great that pick was, he's injury prone. He can't even stay healthy on the field.
We need to
So
draft a
that's what-
linebacker for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So there are, it's like this. The pick of Kyle Pitts, as well as that first draft, you could definitely rake him over the coals. And then he's had some better drafts. But I'm just saying, a lot of his picks, like especially the second day, he's drafted up in that second round when he didn't have to. I don't think. Now, I know people could say, well, he had to, whatever. I'm just stating. And again, you see some of the guys that are out there making plays, and yet our guys never could get on the field either. So that's why I just look and go, you can have an argument. And also, this year, I don't care what anyone says, if they don't make the playoffs, they're cleaning house. They will not be accepting that.
Is that what you want them to do? Or you
No,
truthfully that's what they're going to do?
I honestly think that is what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because of look, Raheem talked himself into a whole lot, and to the point, I have some defensive coordinators, or the people I'm looking at, to be defensive, or that could be head coaches, just in case if we start slow and they feel like they have to fire Coach Roth, you got someone in charge. So that's why I'm saying you may have to, you're going to have to do something. So I just feel like this fan base will not tolerate Raheem's talk. Like, people don't want to hear him talk anymore. They want to see action.
Okay. Guys, we got to do some housekeeping.
Yeah.
John from Out of Your Falcon Mind says, curious if they're considering a scheme change as well. That could definitely affect the hire, whatever the hell that was this season. Definitely didn't put our playmaker in good position. He is 100% right. Ernest Hollis says, use Kirk C as a backup QB / grooming Penix and then trade Kirk for leverage. Hey, I get it. One time for the fans says, Kerry will buy a yacht, or as a former podcast buddy would say, a yakata with that money. It's
Oh,
94
wow.
degrees in
It
Florida
is
right
not
now.
94 degrees in Florida. It's been like in the 50s. I'm freezing, okay?
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Oh, it's
Wow.
so cold,
Oh,
Carrie. How do you
I'm
live
not,
with yourself?
I'm not
Ah.
built for the cold, guys. I'm a tropical warm weather person.
I mean, look, she did say she's from Florida, so we kind of
Right.
figured that out.
Right.
That's true. That's true. Christy Lewis says a decision has to be made by March 2025.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Chuck Thomas
interesting.
says Falcons not going to pay him after March 17th. Cut him, save $10 million. Chuck Thomas says Browns taking QB in the draft. Ward or Shador.
But
That's interesting.
I want to answer that because I don't. Where the Browns at in the draft right now?
They got to be up there.
I think they're like maybe fourth or fifth. I don't know.
Then,
wow, someone actually said I'm right. Woo-hoo.
Then they will not take no quarterback because the top two quarterbacks will be gone. So,
and I don't see those top two.
Cleveland has the number 2 pick.
Oh, they do?
Tennessee, Cleveland, okay. Yeah. So they will have their choice. Okay. One time for the fans says it's very important to have a good backup because, as you can see, some of the backups who played this year didn't do so well. Pat's backup, Jags backup, Cowboys backup, a few more teams as well. Christy says, ouch, Ron. Chuck Thomas says Florida Gators. Have no idea what that has context.
That was because you asked where did he come from, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Wait, did I ask or was that wrong?
Somebody said, where did he come from? Maybe it was Ron. Sorry.
All right. Dalton says facts. John, out of your Falcon mind. Kyle chilling while Drake is trying to fight 5 dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other. Look.
He's checked out.
Oh, wow.
As funny as that looks, that's embarrassing. Drake is the guy that's willing to go in there and fight. Kyle's just like, I'm here so I don't get fined.
Right.
Oh man, what was that? Wait a minute, what was that line in House Party where he was like, "We had your back," and he was like, "Yeah, way back," because they didn't have or whatever. Yeah, that reminds me of that.
Well, I don't understand. Kyle Pitts was like, "Oh, they're fighting over there. Well, let me get up." Where your emotion? Where your fight? Where the dog mentality?
That was after he gave the ball to the guy or fumbled the ball straight to the guy.
Right.
Oh, jeez, don't remind me of that.
You're like, oh, my bad, huh?
That was bad.
Oh, I supposed to catch that? Oh, my bad. And just look. Boy, I'll tell you, let's just move on.
Chuck Thomas, let's move on. Chuck Thomas says Kyle has perfect last name. Keep him in Atlanta. One time for the fan. Nobody wearing the logo right now is a bum. Once they leave the team, then they're bums. I hear you, Jack. I hear you.
Jack, you gotta talk about that. So I want you to be on the show next week, please, or sometime this week. He is a bum.
Yeah. Kyle will serve out his 5th year option. Damn, Christy, like it's prison. Okay. He's gonna get out his 6th year for good behavior, Christy. Like, what's going on? Kyle will serve out this.
He's gonna do the time.
He's gonna do the time. All right. Chuck says, as long as Atlanta has peaches, there will always be pits. Oh, I love it, Chuck. Chuck, I love it. I love it, Chuck.
That might need to be highlighted somehow.
I love it, Chuck. I love it, Chuck. Christy says, Kyle is a tight end and not a receiver or running back. The misconception was displayed because of how Matt utilized him. Kirk didn't. Christy says comparing any of our players to elite teams player is not realistic. Christy says our opponents knew to double up on Kyle. Yeah. Chuck says Falcons offense, Zach OC from Rams, and they don't use tight end that much. And that is a good point. True. That is a good point, Chuck. Did
we use the tight end that much? I feel like we didn't.
We did it.
Somebody mentioned on National Tight End.
We tried. I think we tried. I think early in the year we tried.
He got 2 touchdowns against Tampa Bay.
That's the only time.
Yeah, that day that second touchdown he Cadillac to the point that he
I was at that game. Yeah, I was at that game. That was National Tight Ends Day. I feel like they said we'll give you this one game.
Right.
See, my heart was in my rear because y'all know that was not a touchdown. Okay, we can talk about it now.
But
bruh, that was not a touchdown. I was
but-
like, oh my God, what the
Well,
hell is
let
it
me
about
say
that
this.
play?
Let me say this. They got what they deserve because the way they did Grady Jarrett, that one time you got
the
that.
revenge, yeah.
Yeah, that was revenge.
That's true. That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a. You know what? They did deserve it. You're right, Ron. You're right.
Yeah.
They did deserve that.
I was at that game, and all the Bucks fans all around me were like, "Yeah, that's coming back. That's coming back." And I'm just like, "Oh no, they're probably right." But it didn't come back, and I was celebrating. Oh,
Awesome. As you should. As you should. Ha ha ha. Sucking ears. All right. Chrissy says Terry can only go after who the head coach wants. That is not his fault. Christy also says the only time that Kirk made Kyle a target.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Tight end.
No, literally.
Oh, wow. I was doing tight end day. Damn, Christy.
They said we'll give you this one game. We'll give you this one game.
We're not. Don't get crazy.
Yeah. Christy says 2028. The move is for us to have a true playoff contention by the time the Super Bowl is here in 2028. Chuck Thomas, I didn't think about that, Chrissy. Okay, that's interesting. Chuck Thomas fiction, but let's hope we need Falcons to keep second and fourth place. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck. Hey,
Wait,
Chuck. Let me ask you a question.
Chuck,
aren't you watching the game this week from home? I'm just saying. Hey, love you, Chuck. Appreciate you. But aren't y'all watching the game this week from home? Like,
yeah, but they went further than we did, though. And we
C-Dub, stop it. C-Dub, stop
it. I'm pointing out facts, man. Y'all don't get mad at me.
C-Dub, the Buccaneers are going to be joining you. The Buccaneers are going to be joining you at Golden Corral this weekend. Stop it.
Whose side are you on?
Thank you.
I'm on my team's side, but I know my team made me look bad.
You definitely got to get on that PTSD show.
That's right. That's right. Christy Lewis says Terry has not made the on his back. He cooks best in the offseason, like using Dollar Tree money to make Macy's and Nordstrom purchases. I love it, Christy. Christy is cooking right now.
I think this is the first year that he had, control. But previously,
and money. And money. Let's also add that. Christy says, why doesn't any content creator put nothing on Greg Beadle? The man signs off on all the decisions. If you listen closely to Terry's press conference, the backup decision was part of his. Christy says, out of your Falcon mind is right. Whoever the coaching staff needs to fit their scheme, that is who and the type of players that Terry targets. It's not his decision to hire without admin and coaches. Christy's on a roll here.
Terry's the middle manager. We need to start saying that. He's kind of like your assistant manager. He has to write off all decisions to Professor X, the Grand Poobah, and Arthur Blank, Rich McKay, Beatles, George Harrison, Elton John. He needs to consult everybody to make one decision. It's like, can I turn this light on? Terry, did you go through the proper channels?
I don't know how I feel like you're taking shots at Terry, C-Dub.
No. I'm not taking shots. This is something that he said when he's like, it's a process. We have to collaborate. So that just tells me he has to have 5 to 7 people to tell him, okay, Terry, you can turn the light on. Okay, did we get an authorization? Did we get authorization? Yeah, that's this. I'm sorry, because
I'm gonna need you to wash that hate up out of your heart, buddy. I'm just saying. Quote the great Big Love.
Bro,
I'm gonna need you to wash that hate up out of your heart.
Will never be unwashed.
Yeah, it needs to be washed.
You can't fill that dark place.
That's all I'm saying. Christy says Kyle will be released after the 5th year. Someone will need to pick him up. Christy says Matt Ryan used him. Ladarius says Ron, Carey, and Terry. ...
and Terry.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, you get what you can, Carrie. Christy says Greg Beadle is the new Rich McKay. All right, guys, it's time for a gear shift. We are now going to Falcons trivia. That usually is followed by an applause, C-Dub. Thank you, C-Dub. I really appreciate that.
I just didn't like hitting the button over you speaking. So
No, it's fine, man. We'll work it out. You know what I mean? We are the Jackson 5 in the first year of the Jackson 5, and we got to work it out. Okay, we got to work it out. And all I'm saying is, I'm not Tito. Damn it, I am not Tito. So let's just.
You're not Macho either.
You know what, Ron? We're not gonna have this discussion about who's Mike in front of our fans. Okay, we can have this discussion off stage. Okay,
you're not Macho.
Right.
You're not Tito. You Janet Jackson and little sister.
Carrie, there's a spot opening up on this show pretty soon. I'm just saying. I want to consider it, Carrie. I'm just saying. No. Hey, Ron, how's it going? Ron, how's it going? All right,
Hi,
guys.
Jonathan. Rise up. Have a good day. Thank you for joining.
Yep. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? So, guys, Falcons trivia. And this is a playoff edition. So, what former Falcons defensive coordinator? You know what? I need to give you your clues first. I'm remiss in my duty because this is going to be difficult. So I'm going to try and give you guys some clues. And for those of you in the audience, you can take a look at the clues as well. Oh, wow. Okay, Carrie. Hey, Carrie, you want to tell these folks where they can find you? Because I know you got to drop. Sorry about that.
Sorry. No, it's okay. No worries. I have to hop off, but I appreciate you guys having me on. This won't be the last to hear from me. I'll be on the show on One Time for the Fan this Wednesday night. So I hope to see you guys all there, probably around 8 p.m. I'm not for sure yet, but we will be on Wednesday night. And yeah, I'm on Twitter on Carrie Lynn XOX. So great show, and thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you everyone in the chat for your support.
Awesome.
Well, Carrie, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And hey, Carrie, we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Bye.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Carrie.
Have a good one. All right, guys. Falcons trivia. So, what former? Oh, I got to give you the. Come on, T. Will, get it together. I got to give you the clues. All right. So here are the clues, guys. Here are the clues. Number one, a cool pair of vans. A cool pair of vans. All right. Number two, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Think about what movie that's from. Number three, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. And number four, Junior makes me so proud. Junior makes me so proud, guys. All right. So those are your hints. Let me see. One time for the fan. Sorry, Terry. Carrie is under contract for the moment. No tampering. Okay, fair enough. So here comes the first question, guys.
We're tampering.
Boo! Here comes the first question. All right. So, Falcons trivia. What former Falcons defensive coordinator has the highest win percentage has the highest playoff win percentage between 2025 and 1960. I'm sorry, the highest win percentage. Let me say that again. What former Falcons defensive coordinator has the highest win percentage between 1969 and 2025? Again, what former Falcons defense coordinator has the highest win percentage between 1969 and 2025? And if you really think about it, it's easy.
Wouldn't that be head coach?
Defensive coordinator. Defense coordinator can have win percentages as well.
Okay. I'm trying to think then.
And by the way, Antonio, we would never ignore you, Antonio, because Antonio, you are the master of taking shots. Antonio is the master of cut downs, or Jonin, as we used to say back in the day.
Oh, I remember that term.
Jonin. He's the master of Jonin. All right. Again, here's a hint. If you think about it, there's really only one era it could be. If you think about it. Christy, that's a good hint. That is a good hint. I'll say that. I'm not going to say who it was because it's a defense coordinator, but Christy says who was under Mike Smith. That's a good hint, Christy. That's a very good hint. So if you guys can think about that, think about
Mike Nolan?
Nope.
Okay.
Close, but no.
Who's the other guy? Van Gorder?
Yes. You should give
dear
yourself an
Lord,
applause.
I couldn't remember his
C-Dub.
first name.
Yes, give yourself an applause, C-Dub. Yes.
I don't even remember him.
Yes. And the hint for that one was a pair of Vans. Get it? A pair of Vans? No, nobody. You guys got to think about the hints, man. You got to think about the hints.
No, I was just trying to go, wait a minute, but he said a pair of Vans. I don't think.
Yeah, well, look it. I mean, I got to make it sexy, C-Dub. I mean, come on. Who's going to say one Van shoe? Come on. It's got to be logical. All right. So the next one. Who was the Atlanta Falcons head coach with the highest playoff winning percentage? Who was the Atlanta Falcons head coach with the highest playoff winning percentage? Okay. And again, guys, think about the clues.
What do you think, Ron?
Who was Dan Quinn?
No, sir. Not a bad guess, but no, sir. Not a bad guess, but no, sir. You guys want the clues again?
What was the hint for it? What was the hint for that one? I'm trying to remember.
I'm not gonna give you the hint for that one,
but
I'm gonna give you all four of them, and then you guys will deduce. Look, I'm not gonna give you the answer to the test. Jeez. All right. I know where you were in science class.
Oh, I got it.
Who is it?
Dan Reeves.
No, sir. So here we go. We got a cool pair of Vans. We got Optimus Prime. We got Mr. Anderson. And we got Junior Makes Me So Proud.
And the question was,
who was the Atlanta Falcons head coach with the highest playoff winning percentage? And if you think about it, it can really only be one of two people.
Mike Smith.
Dan Quinn.
Yes. Give him applause, C-Dub. Mike Smith. Yes. And why is that? Well, because Mike Smith was the first coach to have consecutive winning seasons with the Falcons. So it would make sense that he would have a higher playoff winning percentage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, the next one is a tricky one because there are two answers. The next one is very tricky because there are two answers.
Mm-hmm.
You ready? And you have to listen to the question. Okay.
Hit it.
What former Falcons cornerback has the most career postseason interceptions? What former Falcons cornerback has the most career postseason interceptions? And one of my clues is going to throw you off, but it's also going to give you a hint. Somebody want to take a guess? It's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
You got Deion.
Deion Sanders is one of them. Obviously, Optimus Prime or Prime Time. Get it? You guys get my hints? Yes. And you know what? Millie Mills guessed the other one.
Samuel.
Asante Samuel.
Now, Asante Samuel. Yeah.
They were not Falcons when they achieved these, but they are former Falcons. Get it?
Right.
Get it? That was kind of tricky.
Gotcha.
Kind of tricky.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Falcons trivia this morning with T. Will and the Beard Gang. So, thank you for that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is that time in the show where we have one Ronald Thomas and his rant about all things Falcons. Ron, to my understanding, you have two things you want to discuss this morning. This should have been us in the playoffs, darn it. And Jimmy's finally gone. You got the mic, Ron. What you got to say about it?
Okay, that should have been us last night, but I cannot cry over spilled milk. So, and Raheem, you finally man up. You finally did something. Now you hang your boy out to dry the last game, but I guess you love your money too much, huh? I guess so. Raheem,
Oh boy.
you better take the time to get to know the defensive coordinators. Take your time. Get to know the defensive coordinators. I think your job on the line, player, for next year. If we don't make it to the playoffs, like C Doug said, I think your job on the line. Now it hot right now because you promised we gonna run the South. The only thing we running is to the couch right now. So it heated. But you got to get the right defensive coordinator. You do. If you don't get the right one, you might be fired in the offseason next year. And in my opinion, I mean, if you don't get the right person in here to call a good defense, you might be fired, player. And you don't got no scapegoat no more. This might be it for you. So you say you love your money, well, get the right person. Get somebody that brings that attitude that we've been looking for. You've been here way too long not to know what the city all about. What the team all about. We fight, but you don't put up no fight. Where's the passion at? Oh, my bad, you love your money too much.
Oh, although
Where's the fight at? You don't even put up no fight. You don't even say nothing. You go around the question after every game. Oh, I love my money. Oh, I can't talk about that. Oh, well, they're not. I was not here last year.
does he say as
Oh,
long as
I was
after every game though? I don't think
Right,
he does.
every game.
I don't think he does it after every game.
But what I'm saying, you gotta get the right defensive coordinator in here that will bring out the passion in the defense.
Okay.
You're on the hot seat, player. The city is divided. And I will not lose no sleep if you get fired.
Damn, Ron.
I will not lose none.
No sleep. None at all. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
No? Okay.
Because we got all this talent on this team, but Raheem don't know how to bring out good talent.
You mean he doesn't know how to utilize that talent? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
You supposed to be the defensive doctor coordinator or whatever they say you is. Where at? Where at? You hired Jimmy Lake to be your defensive coordinator? Just because y'all boys? What, you hired him over a bill?
He probably, you know what? He probably thought Jimmy would do a good job. I mean, we look it that could happen. I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. I'm not. We've already said that Jimmy's guilty. We've already established that in the trial of Jimmy Lake. Okay, but in Raheem's defense, he could have been great. You won't know until you give the guy a chance. Look, in hindsight, it probably was not the best decision. Probably wasn't the best decision. So hopefully he will make a better one going forward. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But now, like C Doug said, the fans, we getting tired of you talking. Action speak louder than words now. We want to see the action on the field in the offseason.
That's true.
Yeah, y'all want us to spend money to buy merchandise, but for that bullshit y'all put on their team, Jimmy Lake, the fans deserve more. We deserve more. and you're not giving us more. You talk a good game at the beginning of the year. I mean, before the season kicked off, what happened?
Well, Kirk got hurt. Koo got hurt. Raheem took too long to make some decisions. And stats are for losers. So yeah, but look, hopefully he'll learn. Look, to those of you who are watching this show for the first time, please like, share, subscribe to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Again, the number 4 My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to bring you great content like this with Mr. Ronnie Thomas and Mr. C Dub. Ronnie Thomas, now that Jimmy's out, how do you feel like right now, or when you first heard on Saturday afternoon, you know what, Jimmy's gone? Give me the first thing that went through your mind.
Thank God. What took so long?
Okay.
Will he be at Walmart or selling car insurance?
Oh man, that's just mean, man. You know, look it. I'm sure he'll land on his feet somewhere. I'm sure he will be okay. But I'm not gonna lie. I was relieved when when the Falcons finally made the decision to move forward.
Right.
So I agree with you there. I think it was time.
If you see it a problem, you handle it right then and there. You don't wait till the last game. And you see your best friend or your friend cannot do the job right. Why don't you do this a while back? How about bringing in Steve Wilkes to help him? How about that?
Well, we don't know if Steve he could have offered Steve Wilkes that. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know what happened, but I'm gonna be honest with you. And where I agree with you, Ron, Steve Wilkes would have been my first choice anyway.
Right.
If you were going to go with an offensive coordinator that had no experience, your defensive coordinator needed to be someone who
that got experience.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I do. I agree with you.
Or how about give the job to Jerry Gray? He got experience.
I don't think Jerry Gray wants to do it. I don't think he wants. I've heard from multiple sources that Jerry just wants to do what he's doing, man. I don't think Jerry wants to do it. I don't.
But what I said, we need somebody got experience to run the defense.
I'm with you 100%, Ron. I think that of all Raheem's decisions, with the exception of the timeout, that was probably the worst. To have a D coordinator in here with no experience. So I agree with you. I do.
And like this off season, Raheem Morris, Terry Farno, y'all got to take time out and study the defensive coordinator, and don't sit on your hands.
Yeah, well, hopefully they're studying right now, Ron. Hopefully they are. They are studying right now.
I want to see the Atlanta Falcons just brought in blah 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 blah, having an interview with this person, that person, that person. We don't see that right now.
Yeah. So, guys in the chat, drop in your favorite candidate. If it's Saleh, go ahead and drop a 1. If it's Wilkes, go ahead and drop a 2. If it's Ulbrich, go ahead and drop a 3. Again, if it's Saleh, 1. If it's Wilkes, 2. If it's Ulbrich, drop a 3. We're just curious to see what you guys are thinking as far as the defensive coordinator.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It is, because it should not have took this long to know he wasn't the guy.
Fair enough.
It should not have took a whole season to figure out, well, he not the dude that I wanted.
Right.
I said it before, I don't say it again. If I got to do your job, TVC does, then you don't need to be here. Point blank. Give me your paycheck if I got to do your job.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Ronnie Thomas. It is that time for us to double up with C-Dub. C-Dub, I often guess about what you're going to talk about, but I got a feeling it's about the Falcons dismissing Jimmy Lake. So, as we do so often, once the show, it's
right.
doubling up with C-Dub. C-Dub, what you got?
Here's what I'm going to say. I want to start off with that Terry Fontenot press conference and Raheem's press conference. I would like for them to shut up and not talk anymore and just show us, because words are empty now. You are seeing so many people jumping through so many hoops to try to fill in the logical gaps. It makes you feel like you watched a whodunit mystery murder. And it's quite annoying for me anyway. But let's talk about a few things. Number one, I want to bring up, and this is something that I've been having on my mind and really thinking about, and it's this. It's when we ask for accountability, we're not asking you to say sorry. We're not asking you to get on your knees and be like, oh my God, beat me with a cat and no. What we're saying is own what you've done. And the reason I'm big on that. It's just own what you've done. If you messed up, own it and we move on. That is all I've ever really, when I ask for accountability. All right. And again, when Terry said we are comfortable with Kirk Cousins being our backup, I want to go back to that. Folks, that does not mean he's saying Kurt's our backup. That means, hey, worst case scenario, he stays, we're good with it. The money has been allotted, he's here. Now, do you want him to be the backup for that much? No. But again, you work things out. That's all you're doing. I want to look at also the Kyle Pitts reference, because he did spike a debate. And look, I'm not mad. I get everyone's points. But here's where I want to say this. When I look at Kyle Pitts, that is the biggest mistake of the Falcons franchise since Mr. Bruce. All right. And the reason why, you see all these other guys around him that shined elsewhere. That's not a debate. That's a fact. And, and it's one of these, a lot of fans, we were like, hey, if we don't, I know I was in a good bit of them. If we don't get the quarterback, then get the lineman. It's not sexy, but you know what? You're protecting Matt Ryan. You want to make sure he has a good foundation. That's why we wanted Sewell. And we didn't get him. All right. And the reason I'm going through all of these things is because then he's talking. But if you watch how Terry was speaking, folks, Terry looked like he knew his job was on the line. That I can see plain and simple. He couldn't, he was saying things, repeating things, and the thing he said that made me go, really, was the fact he mentioned decision making. And this is where now I look at, and I'm not looking at Terry as, oh, you're just a little puppet. No, I'm actually looking at Terry going, I understand now. And I look at Arthur Blank going, you need to now learn this lesson, old man. Let the GM be the GM. Ups, downs, mistakes, whatever. That man needs to be your coach, or that man needs to be your GM. Like we would want our coach to be the coach. You would not have a head coach where the GM is making all the calls, because that would be ridiculous. All right. So now let's get to the DCs. All right. Lake gets fired. Look, people are like wanting to applaud Raheem. I'm not, because in my view, if the Falcons showed up with Jimmy Lake as the defensive coordinator, the fan base would really have an issue. And there's no way around it. Jimmy was the scapegoat. And sacrificial lamb, whatever you want to call it. That's what Jimmy Puddles was. Now, I want to highlight what Antonio said, that Raheem shouldn't have a choice. I believe Terry does need to be there and going, look, Ra, we had Nielsen here, and you didn't want him. You went with your guy. Now we're going to make this and make it very clear. We're in this now. If you go down, I'm going down. So here are my choices of DC candidates because I want to put my list out there. I got to start off with a wild card / out there one, which I don't know would get traction, but hell, I'm going to do it anyway. Chuck Smith, coach versus the D-line. And the only reason I say I would love for him to come in coach D-line for us, but I don't know if he would be able to come out of the contract to go as a D-line. So you would have to look and say, hey, put him as the head coach or put him as the defensive coordinator for the Falcons. And I will tell you, I think he would be awesome because he works with pass rushers. He understands defense. He understands roles and systems. So I would love to see that. Plus, the fans would be so behind him. That would be a guy they would love because he's one of us. So I'm just throwing it out there. Don't think that's going to really be a guy they go for because of what you would have to do. But now, the fifth guy, Lou Amarillo from the Cincinnati Bengals. He has worked with defense. I know he had a bad one this year, but look, they had a lot more injuries. And then not just that, but he's had to work with defenses that didn't have a lot of capital into them. So I think he could work well with ours. I'm going to also say I like Dennis Allen, actually. I think Dennis Allen would be a good fit here. I'm sorry, Ron. Normally I'm with you, but on this one, I'm actually going to say I think Dennis Allen is right up there with the other guys that I'm thinking of. So we got Chuck Smith, we got Amarillo, we got Dennis Allen. My top two are going to be real easy. Albrecht from the Jets. And then also I want to look at Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes is going to be aggressive. He's got that experience. And also, here's the other thing. The reason why I'm looking at some of these guys, if something happens and you have to fire the coach, you can already have these guys, either the head coach, you can move them up to the head coach because of experience-wise, or you can have Jerry Gray, whatever you want to do it as. My thing is this. I'm just banking on things just in case now, too, but I'm looking at guys that did really well with their teams. Now, Albrecht is kind of borderline. The reason I don't put Saleh is I think he's like close to the Niners job. But if he comes here for an interview, that would be cool. Personally, if I could get Saleh, I want him. But I am looking at that's who are my guys. Wilkes, Albrecht, and Allen. And possibly Lou Amarillo. And that's doubling up with C-Dub.
All right. Well, hey. Thank you for that, C-Dub. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2 hours and 13 minutes. And unfortunately, we are at our time for today. Do not worry. We will come back Wednesday morning at 10:15 a.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. And we will have another discussion about all things Falcons. But before we get out of here, C-Dub, please tell these folks where they can find you.
C-28 is where you can always actually being accountable. C-Dub. I mean, no, I'm with you, Antonio. You don't have to, I'm with you. I mean, he was in some retrospects. It's just some of the things he was saying just kind of caught my eye as in, that's interesting. Where I'm looking more at the people behind him. All right. Commander Josh Harris said it. Bet talent, culture, people. We got the franchise QB and put trust in Morris and Fonten. And also, I like. Oh yes, Antonio Pierce. Thank you. I keep forgetting about that. Ladarius brought him up,
What?
and I was like, huh. I didn't think about that. So thank you, Ladarius. You're awesome, man.
Yeah,
All right,
that is a good one.
yeah, C28 on Facebook, and also C double on Facebook, but also C28 on YouTube. Ladarius_Brown on his socials. It's either on Instagram, TikTok, and I believe one of those apps he's got two. But if you go to his Instagram, he has a LinkedIn page. You can hook up to all his other stuff. He's with Sports Kita, Beyond Women's Sports. Definitely want to hook up and listen to what Ladarius has to say. He does a lot of phenomenal writing. He'll be back also on Wednesday. And me personally, like I said, guys, just follow me. We're going to be having a different setup for the football show. I am going to be talking about the coaching hire and everything, but I'm also going to try to get Berto to talk with us since he covers the Falcons for Bleacher Report. So I'm going to see if I can get him on the show and see what we could do. And then we're going to be discussing wrestling. We gotta make up family stuff happened last week, so we got to make up for that. So we'll be doing a show on Tuesday talking about wrestling. So that's where you guys can find me and Ladarius.
Good deal. Ronnie Thomas, tell them about your 38 shows you're part of, or are you going to be like,
Nope.
no, you guys know
Nope.
where I am?
Yep. Nope. Y'all already know what shows I'll be on. I'm not going to go through the millions and millions and millions of shows I do every week.
Do you smell what the Ron is cooking?
Right.
Do you smell what the Ron is cooking?
And don't do that, Ted.
You're such a hater, Ron. You're such a hater.
But,
and you know what, Ron? That's why when we have our dance battle, I'm going to kick your ass, okay? I'm just going on record right now.
I want you to be ready when we do this televised or this Zoom-style dance-off. I will be the DJ. We'll be pumping some jams. I want y'all to – we're going to even see if we can raise some money if you want. We could do it. I want the battle of Ron versus Terry. We need to finally settle it.
Terry, I'll tell you this before. I'm going to say it again. Don't break your hip. You know.
I believe Ron is trying subliminal messaging. Like he's really trying to get me to hurt myself because he knows. He's
like, don't fall down those stairs. Don't do something.
That's what it is. So Debo Vibes
no, all joking aside, y'all know where y'all can find me at. So I'm not going to name all the shows I'll be doing. But shout out to Buck Flair. Shout out to AB. And shout out to my wife, my best friend, my soulmate. Shout out to Pops and the Henry brothers. Better yet, shout out to Talk Your Ish. So tomorrow's gonna be a great show. So y'all stay tuned.
Good deal. Good deal. Debo Vibe says, what up, fellas? Coming up on 4D season, 4 seasons, like it was Raheem Guy. We saw what happened. Falcons need to bring in someone with DC experience and can bring a scheme to match our talent. Agreed. John from Out of Your Falcon Mind says, great show, boys. Hey, John, we just appreciate you taking part in it, man. We appreciate you watching us. Antonio says he didn't give the answers some people wanted, and that's him doing his job. Understood. Carrie, Miss Carrie says, great show, guys. Great show. And last but not least, that guy T. Will just won't leave us alone. Why is he always posting the address for the show? Because I need subscribers, people. Okay? It is what it is.
Yeah,
I am the guy on here with the least subscribers. Okay? So
well, you got two now?
I'm in need. You said what now? You did not. I know you. Oh,
that hurts.
That right there, Ron, is why you're going to get the business when we have our dance battle, because you do underhanded stuff like that. That is not nice. That is not nice.
You got one in the head.
Oh, wow. You know what, Ron? I hope that your cornflakes are really soggy tomorrow.
I don't eat cornflakes.
Well, I hope you start, and I hope
that-
they're really soggy.
That's how we know
Anyway,
you
guys.
from the 60s.
Anyway, whatever.
Cornflakes.
Okay, whatever. So you guys can find me at the number 4 of my ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe again for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe so we can continue to bring you great content like this. I want to thank all of my brothers and my sister who attended this show, Mr. Ladarius Brown and his band of renown, Trouble with C Double, and Mr. Ronnie I'm Petty Thomas. Thank you. I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade and Mr. Eric Parker for getting me in this business. Thank you, guys. I want to thank Mr. Chris A1 from day one, my guy, my dude, always helping me out, always helping me to build content. Chris is just a good dude.
Wow.
And if Chris is not doing your video's not getting done. It just is what it is. Also, man, I want to give a shout out to Big Low. Was on your show this weekend, bro. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it as always. What in the world, Bo? Got to give a shout out to Uncle Steve. Got to get a shout out to Berto and Smitty. And yeah, am I forgetting somebody? I think. Oh yeah, Miss Lisa Shepard, Miss Tiff Raines, and Mr. Jabri Harper. And guys, everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We cannot thank you enough. Last but not least, I want to thank God because wouldn't be here without him, and thank him every day. And also, I want to give credit to my wife for just being there for me and putting up with me. And I'm still the greatest dancer she knows. So whatever, Ronnie Thomas. Anyway, you guys have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow morning as I'll be broadcasting with Mr. Debo Vise for our 8:00 hour morning show. And these guys will be on air. What are you guys on air tomorrow? Tuesday evening at 5:30?
We're going to try to be around Tuesday around 5:30. It just depends if I can get everyone on board.
All right. So C-Dub will be on air around Tuesday around 5:30. And guys, you have an amazing day. Thank you all. Go Falcons. You guys be safe. Enjoy your Monday and have a great week. Thank you all. Good day, everybody.
Good day. Peace.